All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you, just like me. All right, so it's Independence Day, and I know this is kind of an obvious choice for an album to listen to today, but check out Freedom by Journey. Give it a second listen. If you've kind of given up on this album when you heard it the first time, it's really great. There are some songs on here that are just vintage sounding Journey music. There are a few surprises along the way. Dean Castronovo does vocals on one track, and his song is just, I mean, all of this is really well written. Now, some people have issues maybe with the production value of the album. I guess it depends on what stereo you're listening on. But again, it's Independence Day. Why not crank up some Freedom by Journey? And this video is going to be primarily about Journey's concert in Utah, which apparently broke all kinds of records as far as attendance. And I know this because somebody from the band reached out to me to tell me this. They're like, Dave, there were like 50,000 people in the stadium, and then there were 100,000 people outside just hanging around listening to the music. I mean, way bigger than Donald Trump's rally in Pickens, South Carolina, okay? Trump says he had 75,000 people there in an area that fits about 3,000 to 5,000 people. And then you had a festival going on. Both events, by the way, had other events happening at the same time, which certainly helped make the attendance look bigger maybe than it was. But in the case of Journey, inside the stadium, like 50,000 people. And apparently it was a well-received, excellent concert. You can see some photos. Arnell was wearing this cool red jacket and matching pants to go along with it. And from what I can tell, Dean Castronovo, I think, chopped his hair off. So he's doing the more aerodynamic look for fans of the band. Arnell looking good. Dean with a new hairstyle. And of course, Neal Schon doing what Neal Schon does. I'm not sure if Neal played the Star Spangled Banner, but still, people were really hyped up for this. It says here, folks from Utah had a lot to believe in Saturday. Of course, they have to reference Don't Stop Believing no matter what, as legendary rock group Journey headlined the Stadium of Fire festivities. This was a good add-on to this schedule. I believe this is it for the year, if you're looking to go see Journey. The night of patriotic celebration at BYU's Lavelle Stadium in Provo also included a flyover by F-35 jets from Utah's Hill Air Force Base and a fireworks show, the biggest in the nation, according to organizers. So you got to hear a Journey, and then you got the biggest fireworks display of your life. And it was followed by a family-friendly street dance party. It wasn't a drag show. They had a family-friendly street dance party. And in Provo, I bet you it actually was family-friendly. And the party reached far beyond Utah, as the Stadium of Fire was televised to more than 1 million military men and women in over 100 countries via the American Forces Network. It goes on to say here that Journey has sold 25 gold and platinum albums and 19 top 40 singles in the U.S. to the band's name, including hits like Don't Stop Believin', Open Arms, Separate Ways, Faithfully, and Lights, with more than 48 million albums sold in the U.S. alone. They are in the top 25 best-selling bands in American history and were recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That is like the Cliff Notes version of Journey, but a pretty decent, straightforward article. But again, someone close to the band told me you wouldn't have believed how many people were there. It was unbelievable. It was the biggest crowd you've ever seen. That I can tell you. Bigger than my crowds, bigger than any crowd I've ever seen. And Neal Schon could be the best guitarist in probably the universe. I would say the entire universe and maybe even beyond that. So that's, sorry. I'm just being a little bit goofy with the Trump stuff here. But yeah, a lot of people continue to say, these guys are over. They're lucky they made it through. And maybe there's some truth to that for this year. And I know there are lawsuits out there. There's the credit card lawsuit. There's the records. You're not letting me see the credit card. And then there's you're spending too much money. I'm thinking at some point, those guys are going to let that stuff go. How much money did they make for this concert? They I'm sure did quite nicely. So this is just too much of a cash cow. And if these guys can just not necessarily put their differences aside, but just kind of get along with each other and not, do or say stupid things, I think this continues. And there are rumors out there that Neal might take his other band out there. I can't confirm that as of yet, but there is that possibility as well. So again, if you're a Journey junkie, there's a lot to be happy about this July 4th weekend. Last weekend, you had that Journey documentary that dropped. Didn't really add anything new other than the idea that the band might have been, doing some extracurricular things that bands did in the 80s as far as certain substances, certain enhancements to their performance. Like, we didn't already know this stuff, right? We assumed, and even Journey, unfortunately, fell into that category. So again, I'm celebrating the 4th. I'm kind of laying low a little bit, so I don't know how much content is going to get out. But here's Freedom by Journey, the obvious choice for July 4th. Pop it in. There are some great songs on here. If you didn't get a copy of this, you really should get a copy. I think it was like $10 on Amazon with free shipping. You should own stuff. Yeah, you should own hard copies of things. Because you never know what's going to happen with all this digital streaming. I just worry that we're all streaming everything, and then one day we're not going to be able to do that for whatever reason. So it's always good to have a backup plan, and that's my backup plan. By the way, if you're also looking for something to listen to, Modern Retro Radio, if you want to hear like a radio station that plays new material by classic artists, Modern Retro Radio. And they have a very diverse playlist, modernretrofm.com. Great people. I'm on there apparently saying stuff, so you've got to tune in just to hear my voice on there. I've done it a few times, and it's a little wacky listening to yourself. But, hey, this is what I've been doing for a long time, so I'm glad the people over there entrusted me to be on their radio station because, I'm really controversial because of my political views and so forth. And a lot of people are just, I don't know if I can talk to that guy. So in any event, they're good guys and gals who work over there, good folks. And please check them out. Also, Patreon folks, I'm still, battling the algorithm. And we went from June to July. And typically people realize that a payment went through. I hate to be blunt. And a lot of people say, oh, no, I don't need this guy. So if you've ever thought about helping me out, I know it's the summer and a lot of people just kind of zone out and do stuff. But $1 a month, $2 a month, whatever you can afford. I've got a couple of very generous, loyal patrons who do things above and beyond reason, honestly, for me. And I appreciate them very much. And I appreciate everybody who even just chips in the buck because, I've lost about half of my revenue stream in 6 months. I'm hoping that it will stabilize and things will get better. But if you like the content, help me out. That's all I can say. If you don't like the content, why are you here? Why are you watching? Just to make yourself angry, probably. I don't know. All right. I am done. Go enjoy your day. Have fun with your family. And remember that independence is not free, that people fought and died for this. And I believe July 4th to be the most important American holiday because we declared our independence from a tyrannical government. And I have a feeling that we're going to have to do it again really soon. So, yeah, or redo it somehow. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. God bless America. More importantly, folks, God save America. See you soon.